You know what I miss about old Call of Duty? It's not the graphics, not even really the maps. I just miss being able to come home from school, jump online with my mates, and just play. There was no pressure. You weren't thinking about your KD every 5 seconds. You weren't worried about whether your loadout was the absolute meta. You just picked a class that looked cool, loaded into a lobby, and just had fun. Nowadays, it just feels completely different. Every match feels like somebody has put 10 players in a room and told them, loser has to pay for everybody's mortgage. Somewhere along the way, Call of Duty stopped feeling casual. And I genuinely think that's why so many people, including myself, say they miss the older game. It's not just nostalgia. Something about Call of Duty has fundamentally changed. Whenever somebody says they miss Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, World at War, Black Ops 2, there's always that one person in the comments of just, oh, it's just nostalgia. And don't get me wrong, nostalgia definitely exists. If I went back and played every single game exactly how I remembered it, probably be loads of things I'd forgotten were annoying. Post-migration, one-man army noob shoots, commando lunges, second chance. The games weren't perfect, but I think people hide behind the word nostalgia a little bit too much. Because if millions of people keep saying the same thing, maybe there's actually something worth talking about. Maybe what people miss isn't just being younger, maybe it's the way those games were designed. Priorities were completely different. Back then, Call of Duty was just trying to make sure you had fun. Now it feels like it's trying to make sure you keep playing, and they aren't the same thing. One of my favorite things about old COD was that every lobby had its own personality. You'd load into one game and completely dominate. The next lobby, you'd get absolutely humbled by somebody who hasn't left their bedroom since 2009. Then the game after that, half the lobby would be running riot shields. Somebody would be trying to get cross-map tomahawks. Another guy was using the worst sniper in the game because he thought it looked cool. Every match felt unpredictable. Nowadays, every lobby feels almost identical. Everybody jumps the same corners, slides the same corners. Everybody uses the same movement, the same attachments. It's always the same 2 or 3 guns. And because the matchmaking is constantly trying to create a balanced game, every match kind of just blends together. I'm not saying every game should be easy. I'm not saying that every game should feel the exact same. It's just the randomness is what made old COD memorable. I used to spend entire evenings using absolutely awful weapons just because they sounded cool. I used to spend entire evenings just trying out different guns and trying out different ways to use specific guns. You had the PTRS, the Kar 98, the WA 2000, trying to do cool stuff with the crossbow, cross-map ballistic knives. Half of these weapons weren't even that good, but who cared? Nowadays, before a new season has even been out for 24 hours, there's already 50 YouTube videos of the best class setup. This gun is broken. Use this gun before it gets nerfed. And I am victim to that. Everybody immediately gravitates towards whatever kills the fastest. It becomes less about experimenting and more about optimization. Sometimes I miss discovering things for myself, finding a gun that suited me instead of just copying somebody else's spreadsheet. Very few people back then were trying to become content creators. Streaming wasn't really a career, TikTok didn't exist, and every single match wasn't being clipped for social media. People weren't constantly chasing highlights, they were just playing. If you hit an amazing shot, cool. If not, who cares? You were probably laughing in a call or on Skype or even Xbox Live game party chat. You were just having fun with your friends. And nowadays it feels like everybody has something to prove. People slide canceling around every corner, they're bunny hopping, perfect movement, perfect aim, perfect loadouts. It sometimes feels like the public matches have become ranked without actually calling themselves ranked. Now, to be fair, not all of this is actually Activision or Treyarch's fault. Gaming itself has changed. Back in 2009, if somebody discovered a really good class setup, you might not even hear about it. Nowadays, within 6 hours, TikTok's uploaded it, Twitter has posted it, YouTube has 20 creators making a video about it, Reddit has already decided it's overpowered, and everybody copies it. The mystery disappears almost instantly. There's no experimenting anymore. The internet solves the game before most people have even installed the update. One feature I genuinely miss, and I know they brought this into this game, but it's not consistent, is staying in the same lobby once that game has finished. It sounds like such a tiny thing, but it completely changed multiplayer. If somebody destroyed you in one round, you wanted another game. If somebody trash talk you, you want revenge. You'd slowly start recognizing the same username. Rivalries would be built naturally, and sometimes so would friendships with random people you've never met before or even spoken to, but based on the games that you played with them, you formed friendship. Sometimes you'd spend the same hour trying to beat the same guy. Other times you'd end up adding each other afterwards because you played like 6 games together. Nowadays, the lobbies disappear, and sometimes in BO7 you do get lucky to get into the same lobby, but let's be honest, it's really inconsistent. But now everybody just gets thrown into matchmaking. There's such a small sense of community in this game. It's just gone. It makes every match feel disposable. This is going to sound like one of the most random complaints ever, especially as the fact that BO1 and BO2 have just released like today or yesterday, whenever I upload this, but the menus looked so simple back then. Now you load the game, you press multiplayer, you have to go through 17 different menus to get to your class, and then once you've got your class, oh look, now you can start playing. Why? I feel like I need a degree just to reach team deathmatch or hardpoint. You got battle passes, events, store notifications, bundles, operators, daily challenges, limited time playlists, black cell, constant pop-ups trying to show you something new. Sometimes I just want to hop on the game fast and just get a game in. Oh, and then, update requires restart for the 50th time today. I don't think people actually miss old Call of Duty because they're 30 now instead of 15. I think they miss how those games made them feel. You could jump on, after school, after work, play for an hour, win some, lose some, hit a cool clip maybe, laugh with your friends and log off and feeling like you actually had fun. Nowadays, I feel exhausted after like 3 to 5 matches. Not because the gameplay is bad, but because every match demands my complete concentration. Sometimes I just don't want to sweat. Sometimes I just want to mess around, jump off, with this wall jumping and just fucking spin a bunch and just shoot and see what happens. But that's what Call of Duty used to be. And I think we've lost that magic. I don't think COD is beyond saving. And I have really high hopes for Modern Warfare 4 because underneath all the bundles, all the menus, all the battle passes and the systems, the core gameplay is still really good. And that's why so many of us keep coming back every single year. We know Call of Duty can be incredible because we've seen it before. Maybe Modern Warfare 4 gets us closer to that feeling. Maybe it doesn't. I hope it does. I don't want old Call of Duty back just so I can relive my childhood. I want new Call of Duty to remind us why we all fell in love with the franchise in the first place. So let me ask you this. Do you think casual Call of Duty is actually dead? Or have we just changed as players? It's been your boy Big Thumper. I'll see you next time.